Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back playing some more World of Tanks. So, we have Ashen Sugar in his T-34-3. This is, of course, Moravanka, and it's an encounter battle. It's obviously a tier 10 game, and before I forget, where is he? Ah, there he is. We got Ronik in the mix as Ash's platoon mate. So the two of these guys are going to go jump into a normal game, and the World Tanks is going to try and screw me. But, you know, so, not on a normal day. Traffic jam ensues as apparently nobody knows which way they're actually going. And, yeah. I love getting started in World Tanks. It's one of the reasons I actually enjoy playing fast tanks the most. Be able to get out of that crap as fast as possible. Without getting snarled in it. Anyways, so these guys, of course, running down the 8 line, they're going to try and set up in decent spots where they can get either flanks in on the enemy or free fire into enemies that expose themselves in silly ways. Say if this Type 61 had charged across the second hill, that would have been an incredibly silly move. This T-34, not quite in a silly spot because of the fact that Ash has no gun depression. The T-34-3 is not exactly known for having epic gun depression. None of the Chinese tanks have ever, nobody ever thought they'd ever have to point down. So they just don't. Russian tanks mostly too. But the Chinese are just well known for, pointing down. Why would you ever want to do that? Ooh, a Tiger 2, kind of in a silly spot. Not really, but Ash is going to take advantage of it. Unfortunately, the Tiger gets return damage on Ash. Yeah, hitting more in the side than in the front. If Ash should either be able to just slightly rotate the front of his tank, he would have caught that shell off the front of his armor and would have bounced it, much like that shell off his turret. Unfortunately, the Tiger put in a good shot, and Ash is going to have to live with that damage. Or die with it, as the case may be. Now, Tiger 2 thinks that Ash is gone. He's peeking back out again. Ooh, and Ash bounces one off his lower plate. The IS-7 is pushing forward, and Ash is just in a bad spot now. The IS-7, he is actually providing cover for the rest of his team, which is not what he wants to do. 183 just flings himself over the ridge, takes it, a Panther 2, or Panther 8.8 for reasons I don't understand. Why didn't he take out the T-34 of the Jag? Okay, well, okay. Maybe the Panther had more health. I didn't see how much health the Panther had, but he can't have had that much health considering he had an IS-7 in his face. Well. Ooh. And Ash takes another hit from the IS-7, and now he's in the run the heck away mode. And he is getting stalled by these trees because he's running into them. And wait, why do we have a Tiger 2 back here? Dude, you're in the wrong spot. You're a heavy tank. Go be with the heavy tanks. Ooh, Type 61 puts a shot in, only takes out Ash's tracks, and Ash gets into cover and out of the way. Unfortunately, that flank is dead and lost. The T-34 and the IS-7 that are down there are not going to be able to hold that flank. Ash is stopping so he can put a shot in on the FB, whatever, the Destroyer of Worlds. It's a good shot, clean entry. That guy's going to regret taking that shot, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like anyone's going to be able to finish him off. I think Ash might have a shot on the IS-7. Nope, apparently not, and he's not going to stick around to find out. Ronik's up on here on this hill in front of him, doing a little bit better on health, but not much. Pretty much just taking the same kind of shots Ash has. The difference is, of course, Ronik's been battling long range and probably hold down as much as he can. Unfortunately, obviously, a couple of shots made it through. And now the Destroyer of Worlds has just eaten a Centurion. this game looks lost. I mean, if I was playing this game, this would be the time to start loading gold, because you really need to carry in order to win this thing. And I don't think that, well, it's going to be tough. Let's see how this works out before I start judging anything, right? Now, Ronick is, of course, looking in the right direction. Well, right direction is kind of mute at this point, because every direction except backwards is the right direction to be looking right now. Artie is safely tucked into this corner, thankfully, as he fires a shot and takes out the T-32 on the enemy team. That's one less tank we need to worry about. And yes, as I said, thankfully Artie is tucked away, because the more guns that we have firing at the enemy without having to expose themselves to return fire, the better. Artillery is just the best example of that particular tactic. Ronick is charging in to make sure this Type 61 doesn't get to our back line, aka our artillery, and at current time Ash. And beautiful shot into the side, and ooh, I thought Ronick was going to ram it. He didn't, he stops. It's a good shot into it. Unfortunately, the Jag Panther 2 takes out our T-34. Okay, right. Now there's 4 of us against what? Quick math. Should have said 8 of them. No, that's not right at all. 9 would have been right. Yeah, 9 would have been right. There's only 8 left now. Math, my head. I'm sure it's totally fine. Beautiful flush shot, whoops, into the side of this Jag Panther 3. I'm going to say, please don't zoom out just before you fire, like Ash did right there. However, in that particular case, it worked for him. He's firing HE at the side of his low. I don't think he realizes he's got HE loaded. Yeah, 54 damage to the front of the I-7. No, he's still got HE loading. Oh. Okay, Ash, you're gonna have to tell me in the comments if you knew you had HE loaded and why you had HE loaded. Because again, it's not like he's doing a whole lot to the front of the ISM. He's pretty much just pissing him off. Now he's got standard ammunition loaded for the side of this low, and he's gonna put a clean shot through it. Again, for some reason, zooming out just before he fires, which you gotta stop doing, guys. It is a really good way to miss a shot. And now we're winning! Epic defense from Ronick, our artillery, and Ash here. Ronick was basically taking their focus. Ash was putting fire through the bush so they never knew where he was. And our artillery, of course, was effectively doing the same. Ronick lit it all, kept it pointed his way, and oh yeah, dead destroyer of worlds. Now the Tiger 2 trying to kill Ronick. It's probably not going to succeed. Beautiful job. Now, of course, I should note that one thing I forgot to mention this entire game is that, of course, Ash and Ronick are in tier 8 tanks in a tier 10 game. They're bottom tier, and they just held against overwhelming numbers and are about to win this game. Now, it is still possible for the enemy artillery to win this. Don't go in over your head, okay? They're all one-shots for this enemy artillery. If they hit him one at a time, he will murder them. Probably. If he has got any sense, the fact that he's yellow tells me he's at least as good as I am. If he's as good as I am, he can kill you in artillery. And he probably has many times before. So, yeah. Ronick is a good bit further ahead than Ash, but not by so much that it matters if Artie fires. And, ooh, look, Artie's right there. He's racing for the cap. He didn't want to stop and wait to get swarmed and killed. Racing for the cap, and he's going to get killed by Ronick right here. Yep, there we go. 3,500 experience with premium, with his daily double. Wow. That of course netted him his Master Badge First Class, Fire for Effect, and Brothers in Arms. Snagging Brothers in Arms with a kill on the Destroyer of Worlds here. That was awesome. Ooh, he got spotting damage off. Look at that. He got a lot of spotting damage off. Interesting. And then, so him and Ronick are top of the board. Hey, why is Ronick got more experience? Interesting. So Ronick blocked a bunch more damage and did some more spine damage. Nope, no he didn't. Interesting. Must have damaged higher level opponents. Yeah, probably. That's probably it. We'll go with that. Anyways, 13 shots fired, 12 penetrations. So that bounce on the Tiger, or no. Wait, it says that the shot on the Tiger didn't hit. Huh, must have hit the building. That shot on the Tiger was the only one that didn't hit and pen the entire game. Though pen isn't correct because, of course, the HE shells just splashed. So these numbers are off, but details. All his shots hit and did damage that hit the target. We'll go with that, because that sounds better, right? 3,100 damage dealt, 800 return damage blocked by armor, and, well, what was I looking for? Oh yeah, there we go. A little bit of spotting damage. That was pretty awesome. Of course, if we jump over to Ronick for just a second, yeah, that was probably all gone, or at least half of that was gone at the end of the game there, while he was blocking for the rest of the team, spotting, and just holding the rest of the enemy flood back while his team shredded them, namely Ashen or Artillery. Artie also deserves some props because 3,000 damage and an Artie is not easy to get in any game, tier 10 included. That was an awesome game. Thank you so much for showing us that game, Ash. And as always, if you liked it and you enjoy supporting the channel, just like the video. Thank you all. Have a great night. This is ioEther out. Hey folks, this is ioEther, and we're back with some more World Tanks. Side scraping. How to counter a player who's side scraping. So the E100 is trying to side scrape. And you can see, let's see where. Ronick is actually firing at the engine deck of the enemy tank. And well, that makes sense because Ronick's gun is actually higher up than the enemy tank's engine deck, so he can aim down. And if he concentrates right, and if he, well, yeah, T-57. Really? How did you miss that shot on the T-57? Really? That was like a free shot. So the enemy E100 is getting really pissed that Ronick can somehow penetrate him without being, without exposing enough of his tank so that this guy can kill Ronick. So Ronick's, yeah, again, gonna shoot for the engine deck.